There's a lot of rumors right now. Sorry, Joey, I know you didn't want to talk about this.
No, we have to talk about
No,
it.
we do, but I mean, it's tiring. But yeah,
And let's go rewind. It is tiring, like guys. To all
Rewind
our
3 years ago?
OG fans, all right. Episode 2, Curfew Boys was
Episode 2.
PLD talk. Okay,
Yeah.
episode 2 with fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers theme song.
Yeah.
Right, we spoke
Low budget, no fucking salary. I mean, we still have no salary, but I mean, we had zero budget.
only Sammy, even with shitty headphones, sounded the best. Like he always sounded. He still this day he still sounds like the professional on the fucking podcast because of his voice. But fast forward 3 years later, we're still fucking talking about PLD. And I'm telling you now, Sam, you had mentioned not long ago, if ever we do get PLD, we're fucking putting that episode as a rewind episode for the.
Well, I might post a couple of clips rewind from on this one, but
Sam, can you put the one where I said we should have traded KK for him, and then I got scolded by everyone? Or no, we can't trade KK. We can't do it.
Wow, Joey.
Can you put that one?
Yeah, PTSD.
Of course.
Next thing you know, in a couple of years from now, Joey's gonna remember when Anthony opened this show about how Joey's available for both men and women out there. So,
No, but seriously, all jokes aside,
I don't know how this. Look, I guess it started at the start of the season where he made it public. Yeah, I want to be a Montreal Canadien. So, and I think everybody was like, yeah, okay, yeah, good for you. And as it kept going, it was more like, yeah, no, he still wants to be a Montreal Canadien. It's like, all right, let's talk. Now you hear fucking Elliot Friedman on the 32 Thoughts podcast where he's like, yeah, Montreal and Winnipeg have been talking. It's 95% sure that he's going to be there. They just haven't really been able to iron out details or fit. I'm like, what?
He's never said when.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, but okay. Let's talk, dude. Perfect. Let's talk about when here.
It depends.
Okay.
Depends, yes. He's right. Adri has it.
Okay. I know Adri. I think Adri, you got some. Well, you definitely got something. Okay. Why in any GM's right mind, why would he trade? Hold on a sec. Why would he trade assets now for him when he could get him in just one more year?
No, exactly. One more year.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It all depends.
Let me
refresh. No,
the one after next.
Oh, time out. Let me refresh all your memories here.
He finishes this one, and then he's got one more.
He's a restricted free agent at the end of this year, which means that Winnipeg still own his rights. That means if any other team wants to offer him a contract the way Carolina offered a qualifying offer to Jesperi Kotkaniemi, an offer sheet, exactly. If the Canadians do that and Winnipeg doesn't match, then depending the salary, what they gave him, they have to give up a certain number of first-round draft picks. That's not going to happen. Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are not going to do that. If they do that, I will literally, you guys decide which one of my nuts I'm going to chop off. Okay, you guys decide. Not my left one.
But I saw.
Okay, so that's not going to happen. Kent Hughes is not going to offer sheet Pierre-Luc Dubois. That's off the fucking table. Now,
he can for 1 year.
Okay, and so what to Adri's point is, because I think Pierre-Luc Dubois, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's 26. Is that right? Or is he younger? All that to say is he's 24? 4, 8, 19,
24. He's fucking...
Okay, perfect. Because he started...
He's Kirby Dog's age.
Because didn't he start the NHL at the age of 18?
Yeah.
So I think you become an unrestricted free agent when you've done 7 years in the NHL.
That's right.
Either you turn either after the age of 27 or you've done 7 years. Something like that. Okay.
You're not gonna wait that long, dude.
Oh, whose phone is that?
sorry.
It's Kent Hughes.
It's Kent Hughes telling.
Breaking news, boys.
He's telling Anthony that don't talk about PLD.
It's like we got the trade. Go. We got that. Oh, Anthony better have something good from Kent after. So Winnipeg, you know that they're going to offer him one more year because Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to refuse anything else more than a year because he wants to be a Montreal Canadiens, right?
But
So
who's
why
signing for this 1 year? With Winnipeg, do they have no choice?
they have no choice?
1 year. What if they don't want 1 year?
Well, then
What I'm telling you, like what happens at that point?
Well, then listen, it's either trade me
Trade
or he doesn't get signed, and if he doesn't
doesn't
get
play.
signed as an RFA, he doesn't play. If by
Wow.
December, I think by December
He
1st,
doesn't
Well,
play, and then he's
they
free
do have
after the
the
year.
they do have the whole arbitration rights that they go to, and if they
does
don't,
he have arbitration? Okay.
yeah, if they don't go agree to a contract, they go there and they evaluate you of how much you should make for 1 year.
Okay.
So he might just sign that offer, but it's not the whole when thing. I don't think. Well, I was going to ask this to Anthony when he returns. It depends what market he's talking about for that Kent Hughes might make, according to him or his prediction. If Kent Hughes is going to get a few guys that are going to help us race the playoffs, okay, but
It's not a
we're
prediction.
not at that level yet.
Hugh said it. He's like, I would much prefer. I don't know if he said I'd much prefer, but he said along the lines, I'm looking for a more established player to make a trade for, like a Kirby Dach. Now, is he saying around the same age, like at that young age, 21, 22, or does he mean somebody in their prime at the age 24, 25, 26?
But it's not the right. Maybe if it was a Kirby Dach type player at that age, sure. But Dubois, I don't think the timing is right. Like he does not make.
He's
If let's
Kirby
say
Dach's
Montreal were to sign him without giving up anybody, and they have this roster next year, he does not make Montreal make it to playoffs. I don't know.
Definitely,
There's a lot more to
adding
pick
to the
says
depth.
that? Yes, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily getting him because they're going to make playoffs next year.
Yeah, but
No,
I mean,
okay.
part of the.
if you're planning to give up assets to get Dubois for next year, and you don't make playoffs because you're getting Dubois, you probably have to give up a first rounder.
100%.
And Winnipeg going to accept a rounder for a following year? I don't know if they will. They're going to want the first rounder for the year coming. And if Montreal's not going to make playoffs, you don't give that first round. So what do you do?
And I would never now wherever Montreal's actual pick, you don't touch. But if Florida doesn't make the playoffs in a strong draft year, I wouldn't give up that first round pick either.
Exactly. It's not the right time.
Unless they're waiting to see where Florida lands, and then they'll see if they'll give that pick with a prospect.
I think that's a possibility. Yes, because if Florida does make the playoffs, and if they go far, where they're going to be picking between 20 and 25th,
take it.
Then you know what? Maybe I'd consider trading that. I'll give you that, AJ. I think I would. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm against that, Sam. I don't think they should trade in this strong draft year. Even next year, even if you get Dubois in the summer and they say give us a 2024 first rounder, I'm sorry. Unless Hughes and Gordon are miracle workers, I don't think they're going to raise the team's level. Well, they'll make playoffs next year. And again, we might be in the lottery, not bottom 5, but we might be bottom 10, even let's say bottom 12. If we're in a lottery spot, I don't want that pick gone for Dubois. I don't think we're ready. I think we should just wait till he's free and not give up assets. We'll be much more ready then than we will be at the end of this season going into next season.
Because and the fear I have is not only if they want to go get him now, not only are you giving up assets, but you're gonna have to fucking pay him.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to pay him.
And they're up the cap, by the way.
They're 100% up the cap. You got to pay Caulfield. You got to pay Farrell. Sorry, not Farrell. You got to pay Harris. Sorry. Do you want to keep Dadonov? Well, you're gonna have to pay him.
Dadonov.
Oh my God! Sorry, not Dadonov. Gurianov. Sorry.
Which I think they will.
The other one.
The other off.
So okay, Ants. Perfect. You came in. What did Kent Hughes say? What did he tell you?
So PLD's actually the offer sheet's been done.
Offer sheet.
Dojo's right.
Anthony, I was referencing your point. If Kent Hughes is going to make some marquee signings in the summer, which I don't think he can because they're still in cap trouble, then maybe go after PLD. But just getting PLD, just him next year, without much other major improvements in terms of defense and maybe goaltending. I mean, Montembeau's done well, but we don't know. If it's just PLD, you're going to have to give up a first-round pick. Now, I won't want to give a first rounder this year and next year. If we're going to be in the lottery,
spoke about this is what AG hadn't brought up in. Did AG speak about what he wrote in our chat?
The trade proposal,
the Florida pick.
I would.
Yeah, and then I said, depending where they fall, maybe they're gonna wait until where he falls.
Exactly, and like I
wouldn't give that up. I would not.
So hold on.
Joey wants to tank for 7 years,
and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So look, all jokes aside, okay, and guys, I'm on the same page as you, Joey. Like I'm not here to buzz balls at this moment.
But you're about to argue with me.
So no, I'm not. I'm not arguing with you. My point is, okay, I'm like, look, we've been suffering for the last 10, 15 years, right? And
15.
Whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers. We've been suffering for a really long time since 93, okay? And I know we've been doing it wrong, but I said this at the beginning of the season, I think we're at the right spot to finally get what we all dreamed of. All us five specifically, because we've been talking on chats for a really long time about this team, of our vision and what we want. And I think this management will get to what we want. Now, I know Sammy's saying 8-9 years. Joey wants 15-20 years. Whatever. All I'm saying, I think these guys are not a losing mentality. They're smart.
Yeah, they are.
No, there is some teams that are losing mentalities and they want to do it right, like Edmonton and everybody else. I honestly think these guys want to do this the right way, not a stupid way. But they're gonna, like I said, look, last year was a perfect example of getting rid of a draft and Romanov for Kirby Dach, and Kirby Dach proved himself this year that we won that trade.
Yeah.
Now
3 years age difference, by the way. That's
true.
A big thing. It's a big thing for us.
True. Now I do agree with you, Joey. I wouldn't want to get PLD now that if their vision is to tank for another 3-4 years, which I don't see happening. I don't see it happening.
Hughes said, real quick, guys, keep in mind, Hughes said in an interview with Pierre LeBrun that it'll probably take this team another 1 to, or did he say 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 years?
2 to 3.
In 2 to 3 years, we're gonna be in the playoffs.
So why next year would you get Dubois? If we're not gonna make it, why would you give up? You're gonna have to give up a first round.
That's another little detail, probably. Maybe that's another little detail.
It's either Florida's or Montreal's 2024 right now. If you give a Montreal's 2024, and we all know the team won't be good enough to make it just with Dubois, again, they're up against the cap. Hughes and Gordon were given such a bad cap managed team. It's incredible from old management. So because they're up against the cap, I don't see them getting other marquee signings that will help them make the playoffs next year. So if you give up that, I will be pissed if you give up that first of next year and you get Dubois and you still don't make playoffs. That's why I said just sign him for free without giving up assets.
But
we'll
here's
a perfect frame in 2-3 years.
And here's another thing that Anthony mentions: Kirby Dach. He proved himself. It's like, okay, you bring in Dubois. It's like, but where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna fit exactly in the lineup?
You might keep Kirby Dach at wing if you're talking if we're talking lineups and tactical. Like
if you're gonna go lineups again,
Dubois a winger or center?
But hold on a second.
So, wait. Back with Joey, because what's gonna end up happening if they do get Dubois, it's gonna have Suzuki and Dubois, the first two centers. Dach and Caulfield are gonna be back at the top.
Yeah, they're gonna be back on the wing. That's most sensible.
I want to say. I want to say something, okay? Back to my Edmonton comment, okay? And this is where I see this management doing it smart, okay? Think about this. Joey, you made a comment of why get PLD now when maybe we can get him in 2-3 years when we're ready to contend, right?
Well, it'll also be free.
You don't have to trade. You don't have to trade any assets.
Sign him in 2 years for free.
Yes, but I'm trying to put my Hughes hat on, which I don't have that hat on. I'm not knowledgeable like them.
You have more hair than him.
Just shave.
I'm actually losing a lot of it, actually. But anyways, okay. Look at Edmonton. Okay, McDavid, the year after, Draisaitl, the year after, this guy, Hopkins, this guy. They did it so spread out, and chemistry never built. Same thing with Toronto. Fucking Matthews, Marner, Tavares, all spread out.
Very good point.
no chemistry being built.
Yep.
You do it the way we're all projecting, and you're not agreeing with. If you do it in the way where look, Suzuki, Caulfield together, now they have a chemistry being built. I'm trying to close this. I'm sorry to all the listeners out there. I'm trying. I don't know.
He's
I'm
a very
little
busy
button
man.
on the side,
He's
Anthony.
very wanted.
It's
Yeah,
a
click the
little
little
What's
button.
clappy
happening? I just
button.
don't know how to close
It's probably PLD telling him to stop talking about it.
Stop ruining my future.
How do you close this? I'm so
One.
sorry. I don't want.
Okay.
You can edit
Just
this.
continue.
Okay. My point is, my point I'm trying to make is, I think they want to do it in a way where the team contends in 2-3 years, whatever, not contends, but make the playoffs and whatever. But from now till then, you're building that chemistry instead of filling in little spots here and there. And then
I see
you
that.
build your team like Edmonton and Toronto, but then it's too late because the chemistry is built 5, 6, 7 years later.
And they're out of their prime.
You're more
You're out of
talking
their prime.
about teams like Colorado did with what you're doing. They built together. They're
Yeah,
3,
that's
4
true.
years
That's
It does
growing
help when you
together.
got
And
McKinnon,
they were, yeah, I know, but
Makar.
but Joey, they basically became
No,
like one organism, and that
I
you know,
see that point.
with,
It's
the
just-
same motion. So
It's just, I mean, the way Hughes handles assets, it's be so hard for him. It'll be so hard for him to have to look at. I got Dubois. We didn't still make playoffs, and look, the team that Winnipeg have a draft lottery pick. You know what I mean? He's got to fix.
But
There's
yeah,
other
totally.
areas to fix
Well-
before getting Dubois.
well,
But like I
because
said, hold on, like with
Yeah,
Joe,
go.
another good thing, like because I saw because of our lovely Bergeron, we still have Alsner up against the fucking
Yes,
cap.
he's done. He's done after
we're-
this year. It's
Yeah,
No.
he's done.
Yes.
He's
It's
got-
it's the last year after this one. I'm pretty
He's
sure.
got another year.
But
He's
at
at 1.6.
no, but at 800,000.
Yeah, but
But he
he's right.
has a
Any
hit
little
at
thing
1.6.
counts. Cap management is awful. We're one of the worst. That one interview he said when he traded for Matheson or right around that time was one of the best he ever made. He said, "How could we have a roster something along the lines of how could we be last in the league, but we're first in terms of
Yeah.
we're first in terms of cap
Vegas.
space
Yeah,
in terms of
it's-
how much space we have left. We're
Yeah.
dead. Like, how is that possible? We have the worst team and we have the worst cap space."
yeah, it's terrible.
That's where he has to correct first. And until you correct that, with all me and Sam were talking earlier today, we had a conversation. Montreal's been scoring lately. I think Marty's done an excellent job getting the forwards to score, which is what Dubois does. If you guys know, since March 13th, the Habs were second only to Colorado in goals, like 30-something goals in like 2.5 weeks. They've been second to only Colorado. They score
And-
with half their lineup out.
Okay, but
Thing
wait,
is-
Joey. To add to that, it wasn't always your forwards they got. Dude, if you look at their D points, it's all Matheson,
it's a
it's
lot.
all Savard, all
It's a lot, but the problem is they can't keep the puck out of the net.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're losing
No-
games
no
like
matter
9-5,
how well-
That's fine. That's fine.
8-2.
And who
or whatever.
And what group of problem is that? We praised the way Montembeault's played this year, and we're still bad defensively. So to me, that defense, I'm not saying it's all the rookies or whatever, but the pairings that are there are not
No, but
obviously not working. Plus, we have injuries with Gouli,
but
etc.
Yeah.
We
But a
gotta
lot
look
of
to fix
people-
that at first.
a lot of people fear that Dubois is going to have kind of the same attitude problems like when he had with Tortorella, and now look what's going
Not
on
with
in
Marty,
Winnipeg.
dude.
Look what's going on in Winnipeg with what's Winnipeg's coach's name? My God, I had to tip my tongue, but he called out his players just the other day, saying there's guys in that locker room, if they think they're giving it their all, they're dreaming.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if the coach is talking more about guys like Scheifele, Wheeler, and Kyle Connor, and maybe not Dubois, but
Sam, do you
Tommy,
did you ever see that
their
city?
coach You're talking about Bowness or however you
It's
pronounce it?
Rick
Yeah,
Bonus.
Rick
Yeah.
Bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Yeah,
Bonus.
so it's like
Did you ever go to Winnipeg though? It's like,
yeah, it's
I
the
don't
worst
blame
city
him.
in this fucking country.
but honestly,
but-
I think PLD wants to come here because he loves the idea of playing
Well,
with Marty.
Do you ever
St. Louis
fear? Do you
for-
ever
for
fear this
Marty.
could be another Drouin? Because I certainly
No,
it won't.
no.
Marty
no,
won't let
man,
it
no,
happen.
no, not with Marty, man. It's
Okay,
a different
fair,
regime.
but he's gonna cost this team so
yeah,
much
yeah,
money.
that's the thing. It
We
depends on that.
can't afford him even if we wanted to.
Not
though.
right now. We can't. No,
Yeah.
we have to get rid of all the dead weight. Drouin,
Yeah.
Hoffman,
Yeah.
All these guys,
what
like, they gotta clear it.
There's that.
Yeah.
And what if we do draft a centerman top 5 this year?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Now, what do you do with exactly? What if you?
Wait,
Okay.
What do you
What
do
if
with
we get
Pierre-Luc Dubois?
first?
You do nothing.
What if we get first? What do you do if we get first Thursday? What do you do with
If you-
Field?
that's why
If we get
You
Connor
do-
Bedard,
Yes,
you
unless
put him on the,
Field,
you put the Bedard.
you put him on a line. with
okay. And what if
Suzuki
you get
Tucker.
Fantilli?
You put him. You say goodbye to the. You don't announce or pronounce Pierre-Luc Dubois' name ever again. If
So-
you get Adam Fantilli, future Hobie Baker Award finalist, you don't even pronounce Pierre-Luc Dubois' name if you get Adam Fantilli.
So, look, these are all hypotheticals, right? We all have valid points. I'm not taking any of these points away from anybody. Joey, you have a good point of the contracts. You know, who said about the dressing room scenario where he could be related to oh my God, Drouin. All valid points. At the end of the day, we don't know what's going through their heads. All I'm saying is, I believe this management is doing it in a way where they want to look. How many times have I said it? This is an argument Joey and I had many times about heart and talent. Okay, and I kept saying, heart is important, whatever. And I finally came in and I said, look, talent is needed, but it's not what makes you win. It's a balance of both talent and chemistry and heart. Okay, clearly this team with heart went to the fucking Stanley Cup Finals with not much talent. Okay, heart brought them that far. If they had a bit of more talent, we probably could have won it, right? Toronto, all kinds of fucking talent, can't even fucking pass the first round. Edmonton, all kinds of crazy talent, can't even make the fucking playoffs. Okay,
No
Okay,
finish.
they were in the semis last year, but
okay,
they're
but I'm
doing
saying
well. They're not as bad as what
they
you
lost.
think
They lost against the
They-
Stanley Cup
They will.
champions.
They will make. They will
last
make
year was the first time
conference
they went
finals
that
again
far.
this
Is
year,
what I'm trying to
mark my
say.
words.
Yeah. But before last year, they were not can't even make the playoffs. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I think getting PLD now, if that were to happen, I think the vision shifts for this team and this management. I believe that they're trying to build this team ground up with chemistry instead of spreading out the talent. Because that's
Even
what you
with-
need. You can have all the best players on the fucking.
But ask yourselves this though: Pierre-Luc Dubois on any other team, is he a number one centerman?
He's not even number one on Winnipeg.
So,
But you know what? I don't even want him for a centerman. I just want his talent on the wing.
Just
we
25
were
goals, though,
wings.
man.
I mean, okay, you put him on the wing, but then what happens to a kid like Slavkovsky that you drafted first overall?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
No,
lot
like-
of moving
like
parts
what-
here. There's a
what-
lot of
what-
moving parts.
What
No,
happens to him?
there
Because
is a lot of moving parts. There is.
if Dubois comes in and suddenly he's the player that pushes your first overall pick down to the third line or the fourth line,
People are gonna have Ken Hughes' head for
oh
drafting.
my
this kid.
god! It's listen. Maybe
Just trade him.
I
PLD.
oh my god!
I think
We
July.
trade PLD for more assets. Nice.
I think
All
July.
that for
will-
nothing. Yeah, okay, you're gone.
I think
Mid-game, get the
July
fuck
will-
out.
I think
Not-
July will start shifting our vision a bit.
We'll see.
We'll
there.
have more clear vision of
Yeah.
the future because
Yeah.
I personally do not see the mindset of this organization tanking for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I don't see
It's
it. I
not
just
even
No,
their
no.
vision of tanking. It's how their players develop.
yeah.
They can't buy again. They'll have to perform a miracle just to get PLD. Not that he doesn't want to play. Obviously, he wants to play here. It's easy to trade, but it's the asset that Hughes and Gordon have to be comfortable giving up.
What's he
And
making
then
now?
salary. How do you
Okay.
fit in?
Let me paint this picture for you
What's his
guys:
salary now?
6 million
Six.
or 6.5, something like that.
It's like it's like an Anderson type contract.
Who's more desperate to trade him? Or okay, who's more desperate? Is
Winnipeg.
Montreal is Montreal
Winnipeg.
more desperate to get him, or is Winnipeg more desperate to trade
I
him?
think it's
Winnipeg.
neither. I think it's just the
Winnipeg.
player. It's the
Dude.
player's more desperate out of anything. Not even the
And
team.
if okay, so if Pierre-Luc Dubois is more desperate, what does that do for Winnipeg? It puts them in a handcuff,
Exactly.
and it gives
And-
Kent. It actually, I just thought about this now. It gives Kent Hughes the balls in his court.
Dude, Kent Hughes
Yeah,
is a
but,
fucking
it
lawyer.
doesn't
The
do
guy
well
knows
for
how
the
to play
player's
the
name.
chess.
Dude, Kent Hughes is an agent, not a lawyer. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, but he's a agents are lawyers. They're lawyers. They have their law degrees. They're lawyers, right? So they know how to
Well,
play
Jeff-
these fucking
Jeff-
situations.
Jeff
I'll look
Gordon
at his
has a law
LinkedIn
degree.
later. See if
He's
he got his
not an
law
ex
degree.
defenseman who was on the fourth line in a minor team in St. Louis here. Like he's a lawyer.
Sam,
Okay.
In hockey, when players say I only want to play for this team, refuse, it gives them a bad name. It's happened a lot in other sports, but people remember that. Later on, Dubois will be remembered for not wanting to only want to play Montreal.
Like,
let me say something on this
football
point.
Football players and basketball players do that every hour.
Let me explain why.
Different. It's a different mindset with it.
Go, Zook.
No.
Go.
So this is what I wanted to, and this is my thing there that I said earlier. I was gonna say in our chat, but I was like, might as well say here. I was not for PLD coming to the Canadians at that time, and I was like, okay, look, he's gonna be another Drouin, this and that, the pressure, blah blah blah. But then, as of like lately, as of the rumors, surface with that 95% certainty that he's coming to the Canadians, and hearing that he wants to come to the Canadians. When was the last time, guys, that a star player wanted to come to Montreal on their own fucking will?
It helps.
Never. Nobody. We wanted to get Briere. He said, "Fuck you." He came at his prime. This
even
kid,
Le Cavalier.
Even Le Cavalier, the guy, exactly. But he was old. He was in his 30s at this point. But,
dude, yeah, but Briere was in a Stanley Cup contending team twice.
Right, but this shift that you're witnessing is something of a rarity that you don't even fucking perceive it.
We already have our French superstar.
So having a French Canadian wanting to play in Montreal, his idol, his fucking favorite team, a guy that takes pressure better than most fucking Quebec players, and he wants to thrive, scoring goals, 25, 30 goals in Montreal, wanting to come here, that's when I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's try to get this motherfucker because it's never gonna happen again. And he's young.
But, I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know why we have to have that mentality.
He fits the mold of the Canadians. He's a big, fast player.
I don't get why we have to have that mentality. Oh, he's from here. We have to get him.
Because
in the US and I can guarantee you in the US,
it's
Toronto, they don't have that mentality. Oh, the guy's from Jersey, New Jersey. Let's go get him. He's from Jersey. They don't have. It's only here.
No, it's not only here.
They're saying about Matthews going to Arizona, where he's from.
It's not only here, dude. And
I know what you're saying, Jordan.
Can you give me another one besides a Quebecer wanting to come here and it makes such media hype in another city?
I'm telling you right now, and I said this at the beginning of the season.
Kane going back to New York.
This whole talk is gonna go in the garbage if Toronto.
Yeah.
Hear me out, and I said this before, and don't attack me here. Toronto does not make the first round, past the first round. Mm-hmm. It is over for Marner and Matthews.
That team's gonna implode. Yeah.
Okay. And that is another thing of maybe going after Marner.
After Marner.
But not Matthews, but Marner.
You would want to have that in your team? I don't know, man.
I'd rather have Marner than Matthews.
Yeah, they're all cancerous in the. I don't know, man.
I would have Marner than Dubois in a second.
I'd rather have Dubois.
No.
Because Marner never said he cared about. He's a Toronto Leaf fan. Like, why would you want to have that type? Like,
okay, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. Maybe Marner's better, yes, but like,
I'm sure we have Montreal. A player in Montreal were a Leaf fan growing up. I'm sure there's one player in Montreal right now that was a Leaf fan growing up.
Well, Toronto got Tavares because he grew up a Leaf fan. So
I don't know, man.
So maybe Dubois could be our Tavares.
No, man. He might excel in this pressure and with Marty St. Louis, dude. You never know, and he might be a compliment to the chemistry that we're building, right? So
all that to say is, if we do go get him, the smartest move would be to wait till he's an unrestricted free agent and not trade assets as a restricted free agent. But my fear is he's going to cost this team too much, and it's going to put.
We'll see
the organization to another chokehold in terms of salary cap situation.
But Sammy, what if he's like, you know what? To play in my home fucking team, I'll be willing to take a pay cut.
Dude,
so what if he says that?
No, NHL players are the only players that would not take cuts.
You don't think so?
No, they have less power than other players, though. So maybe that's a part of it.
No, but who did that though recently?
Their agents are fucking hyenas.
I don't know about that. Who did that recently? Or where was it done? Was it even hockey? Maybe no.
I remember of a situation where Jagger, where he paid.
No. This is recently.
One of the biggest ones ever to do it was maybe Crosby took a pay cut to stay in Pittsburgh, but
Tom Brady took a many
pay cuts.
Bergeron, that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Hockey, yeah.
Bergeron.
Yeah, but in his age now, I mean, it makes more sense.
No, Joey.
Still winning the Selke this year.
Even before, when they won the cup, Cantu said, he's like, how the fuck are you refusing not to make? You could make so much money. And he's like, no, I want to keep this team together.
Well, that's what.
Look at Tom Brady, Joey. I know you hate him, but whatever. But Tom Brady in his prime was taking pay cuts. When the guy
There you go.
Ant, you said you weren't going to bust Joey's balls tonight.
No, but
That's a lie. Yeah, okay. Bergeron, why doesn't he come to Montreal? French superstar. Why doesn't he come here?
because he doesn't want to play for Montreal.
Because
He
he's smart.
Because he
As
likes
simple as that.
he
PLD
likes-
wants to play Montreal. That's all.
because he
Different
likes
story, dude.
Bergeron likes the Nordiques. That's why he was a Quebec Nordiques fan.
It's like sometimes
You
you.
So go to Colorado.
He was a Nordiques fan. Yeah, he was.
Why is he
Colorado's not
Colorado? He's
Quebec
next to
City.
Boston.
No, that's what turned me around the PLD train was a player wanting that
I
to
just-
come fucking here.
I just think, yeah,
That's rare as shit, bro.
No, but yes, okay, fine, it's cool and all. I do get it, but I just think the ball is in Kent Hughes' court though,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think he
well,
could be like, listen, you're gonna try to if the Canadians don't acquire Pierre-Luc Dubois before the start of next season, Winnipeg is probably gonna have to trade him at the
Yes, or else
deadline
they
to
lose
another
something.
team. They're gonna have to try to get something, but right now their only hope of getting something in return for Dubois that could 95% guarantee it is from the Canadians. They're gonna want something. And if Winnipeg says no, he was like, okay, well,
Bye.
good luck, ciao, bye.
Sam, we already have our superstar. Harvey Bernard scored again tonight, so we already have.
We're gonna get to
What
him
a
here.
guy!
By the
man.
way, he has double the goals of Gallagher. Just FYI. And this is
By the
his
way,
second goal.
on a full season, he's on pace for what 30 goals.
Hold on, go Anthony.
Just to conclude Dubois,
Yeah.
before we get to Pinard and everybody else, look, the worry about another Drouin, the worry about salary cap, the worry about rushing his team to rebuild, retool, whatever you want to
Playoffs.
call it.
Yeah.
I don't have those worries
Remodel.
with this management.
The worry about
And-
assets. That's
And
my worry.
assets. Look, whatever Hughes and Gorton does, there's a reason behind it.
Mhm.
Okay, they're businessmen, and they have hockey knowledge.
Mhm.
Mhm.
When we had Bergevin, he played with emotion.
This is
Yeah,
a
So
big
all the moves
Bergevin.
that he made, all our worries came in, right? He got Drouin because a French superstar. We need a French superstar to build
Yeah.
this brand of the Montreal Canadiens back to French, whatever, right? He didn't think. He was never thinking. It was always emotion for whatever. We have Kent and Marty who are winner mindsets. They don't fuck around, and they're very smart businessmen. So
I agree
to answer your
100%.
question, Sam, I think Dubois is going to ruin our cap and fuck us in the future and chokehold us. I don't think Kent will do that. Zook, another Drouin. I don't think Marty wants another Drouin.
I was afraid of that, but yeah.
So if PLD does come to this league, this team, there's a brighter vision and a smart decision being made by management. That's all I have to say to conclude.
Yeah.
that
And
He's
with-
gonna take care of all
With
those
that, I
points.
hope he gets traded to another team so that I can just tell Anthony, "Told you so."
It's possible too, Joey.
I'm
He's not
saying-
coming,
I'm
right?
talking
It's,
hypothetical.
yeah.
Yeah, but you want him here. It seems like
Yeah,
you
but-
do.
No,
Okay,
I
so-
don't. I just want a winning team.
In how many scenarios does he come here, and how many scenarios does he not come here?
Odds are he's not coming here, but there's a possibility, dude. Like,
I won't be disappointed or happy if you.
yeah,
At the end
yeah.
of the day, I'm trusting the system now.
Really,
You?
Zook?
Joey, I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say right now,
Probably.
but I see it as Kenton Hughes and Marty is Kraft, Belichick, and
Oh,
the
boy.
Patriots. They're doing it. I'm trusting the system. Whatever happens,
I'll take that, man.
Every year for the last 10, 20
We're
years.
gonna
of my
see
life,
deflating pucks soon.
Yeah, whatever. As long as we win.
last thing, and then we move on. For the last 10, 15 years, whatever it was, trade deadlines, July 1st, always disappointed as a Habs fan. I was always disappointed every July 1st and every deadline. For the next 4 or 5 years, I will not be disappointed whatever decisions are made because I'm trusting the system.
I'm glad.
So I don't care if
It's
Dubois
good to
Amen,
have
brother.
at least
Amen.
trust. But
I don't care if
I
Dubois
could
comes
see,
or fucking KK comes back. I don't care.
I
All I
could
care
see,
about is I'm trusting the system.
I could see if they bottle after Belichick. Montreal's up it's game 7. Montreal's up by a goal. The other team has a breakaway. You see the puck deflate just in front of their eyes, and they're like, "I don't know what happened."
Whatever. As long as you win.